In this video, I'm going to show you how to transfer crypto assets onto Yubit from another exchange or wallet address. If you'd like to create an account on Yubit, I left you a link in the description of this video as well as in the pinned comment down below. If you use that link when creating an account, you're going to save 10% on all your trading fees for the lifetime of your account. You'll also be eligible for up to 10,000 USDT as welcome rewards. You'll also be supporting my channel at no extra cost to you. This video is not financial advice and is for educational purposes only. Let's get into the video. To deposit crypto assets onto the platform from a wallet or another exchange, you'll find a deposit button over here, top right hand side of the screen. You'll also find a deposit button up here. And if you hover over wallets, you'll get a drop down and you'll find a deposit button right here as well. Go ahead and click any one of those. And this is going to bring you over to a standard crypto deposit form. And the first thing we want to do here is choose the crypto that we wish to deposit onto Yubit. You'll see some popular token options right here. You can click on any one of these, or you can click on this box, use the wheel of your mouse, and you can select a crypto from this drop down, or you can search for one as well. So if I wanted to do Cardano, for example, I could do ADA like this, and you can see it comes up right here. Now, if you're going to be trading on the spot market, it's probably easiest you just deposit Tether, and then you can trade that Tether on the spot market for whatever crypto you're interested in buying. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this back to USDT for this demonstration. Once you choose the crypto that you wish to deposit, come down here and select your network that you wish to complete this deposit over. Now you can do that by clicking on this box right here. You'll get a drop-down menu, and here's where you'll find the available networks that you're able to use to make your deposit. At the time of making this video, there's Arbitrum 1, BNB, Ethereum, and Tron. By the time you're watching this video, there could be even more networks available to you. Now, some of these networks are less in fees than others. For example, Ethereum ERC20, at least at the time of making this video, is going to be the more expensive choice. You also have BNB, which would be less, Tron would be less, and you have Arbitrum 1, which is a layer 2 on Ethereum, and it is much less in gas fees to complete a deposit over that network. Now, the main thing here is whatever network that you choose to deposit over, make sure that it matches wherever you're sending the crypto from. You want to make sure the network matches on both sides. If you send from one network and into another, you risk losing your crypto permanently. So make sure the networks match. So I'm going to go ahead and make a couple quick demonstrations to show you how this works. For the first demonstration, I'll send some Tether from my MetaMask wallet, which is a decentralized hot wallet, onto the Yubit platform. So I already have MetaMask installed as a Chrome extension, so I'm just going to come up here, top right hand side of the screen, and I'm going to click on my MetaMask logo. And this is going to open the wallet on the right hand side of the screen. Now, if we come back over here to Yubit and we click where it says network, I can see that the Arbitrum 1 network is available. And I do have some Tether inside my MetaMask wallet on the Arbitrum 1 network. So I'm going to go ahead and select Arbitrum 1 as the network that I wish to deposit onto Yubit. Now that I've chosen the crypto as well as the network, Yubit has now generated a deposit address for that crypto on that network, and I can see it down below. It's behind the black box. There's a QR code, so if I was doing this from my phone, I could always scan that, but I can also see my address beside that QR code. To copy that, we're just going to click right here on these two little boxes, just like so. Now, if I come back over here to my MetaMask wallet and click right here where it says Ethereum, I can now choose the Arbitrum network. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. And now I've set my MetaMask wallet to the Arbitrum network. And now I can see the Tether that I have inside MetaMask on the Arbitrum 1 network. So now I'm ready to send this Tether from MetaMask over the Arbitrum 1 network and onto Yubit. The network now matches on both sides. So from here, I'm going to click on my Tether balance inside my MetaMask wallet, and I'm going to click here on Send. Now I'm going to paste in my Yubit deposit address that I just copied for the Arbitrum 1 network and Tether. So I'm going to right click and paste. Now I can choose how much Tether I wish to send, and I can see my available balance right here. So for this demonstration, I'll just go ahead and send 500 Tether like so. And I can see that 499.99 Tether is going to be sent. So now I'm going to come down here and click on Continue. Now I can review this. I can see what the network fee is going to be, and in this case here, it's going to charge me 1 cent worth of Ethereum to send that Tether from MetaMask and onto Yubit. So I'm going to go ahead and come down here and click on Confirm. And that transaction was submitted. So now that Tether's on its way from MetaMask and onto the Yubit platform over the Arbitrum One network. And I can see now that inside MetaMask, the transaction is complete. So I'm just going to go ahead and close the MetaMask wallet. Now I'm going to go ahead and refresh this deposit page. And now that I've refreshed it, you can see under latest deposit records that Tether is processing. So once enough blocks have confirmed on the Arbitrum One network, this Tether is going to become available for me to trade on Yubit. Now we can see over here under status that this is completed. So if I come up here to wallets, and I'll just go ahead and uncheck this eyeball icon, you can see the 500 Tether is now available inside of Yubit. So we'll come down here, we'll click on overview. And if we come over here to the overview page, you can see my 500 Tether is now inside my funding account. If we click on the funding account over here on the left-hand side, we can now see that Tether asset right here, and we can see the account equity right here. Now I'll do one more deposit demonstration, but this time I'll send some Tether from another exchange and onto Yubit. So the first thing I want to do is come right up here and click on one of these deposit buttons. This is going to bring us back to the deposit form. I'll go ahead and just use Tether again, and I'm going to come down here, click on network, and this time I'll use a different network. I'll click here on BNB Smart Chain. Now that I've selected the coin I wish to deposit, as well as the network that I wish to use, Yubit is generating my deposit address for that asset as well as that network. Again, it's behind that black box. I'm going to go ahead and copy that address by simply clicking on these two boxes right here. So now that I've copied my deposit address for Tether on the BNB Smart Chain, I'm going to bring another crypto exchange into frame. This exchange here is called Blowfin. I also have tutorials for this platform. If you're interested, links in the description down below. But let's go ahead and withdraw some Tether from Blowfin and send it over to Yubit. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come up here to where it says Assets, and I'm going to click on the Withdraw button right here. And this is going to bring me over to the crypto withdraw form on Blowfin. So the first thing I need to do is choose the asset that I want to send over to Yubit, which was Tether. So I'm going to click on this box right here. Now I'm going to select my Tether balance right here. And now I need to choose the correct network. So I was using the BNB network over on Yubit. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to be selecting the BNB Smart Chain here as well. So now I've matched the coin and I've matched the network. So I'm sending over the BNB Smart Chain from Blowfin and onto Yubit. So now I can go ahead and paste in my Yubit deposit address for Tether on the BNB Smart Chain into this box right here. Now I'm going to come down here and choose how much Tether I wish to send over. And for this demonstration, I'll just go ahead and do 200 USDT. And I'm going to click on Withdraw and Continue. Now I'm going to do my security verification. Now that I've completed my security verification, that 200 Tether is on its way from Blowfin over to Yubit over the Binance Smart Chain. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on Confirm, and I'll go ahead and close out Blowfin. And now I'm back over on Yubit. So Blowfin's probably going to take a short while here to confirm that withdraw before sending that Tether over. Once that Tether gets sent, I'll be able to see it down here in the latest deposit records underneath that deposit I made earlier from MetaMask. Now, in some cases, like Coinbase or Kraken, the withdraw process looks a little bit different than what I just showed you with Blowfin, but the key takeaways are the same. Make sure you're matching the crypto on both sides of this, and make sure you're matching the network on both sides of this. You don't want to send from one network and into another, or you do risk losing that crypto permanently. And now that I refresh this page, you can see that my Tether from Blowfin has now arrived on Yubit, minus the fee to withdraw it. So if I come back up here to wallets, I'll go ahead and click here on overview. We can see my updated balance right here. If we click on funding account, we can now see all the Tether inside my funding account. So that's how you can deposit assets onto the platform. And there you have it. That's how you can transfer crypto assets onto Yubit from another exchange or wallet address. If you got some value out of that, don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe for future content. Also, feel free to check out my other Yubit tutorials, which I've put together in a playlist on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for coming by and checking out this video. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. And until I do, have yourself a powerful day.